In this video, we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin right now, currently attempting to break this nice little downwards trend on the weekly time frame. We're also going to be having a look at this two-day time chart right here, where Bitcoin keeps on making higher highs and higher lows on the two-day time frame. We're also going to be having a look at this chart right here. Bitcoin did break this nice downward trend on the daily time frame. Stochastic RSI are looking a little bit tired, and we're also going to be having a look at the Bitcoin dominance and making for the first time in 1,310 days. This thing keeps on making all-time highs. The last time we made an all-time high was pretty much April 2021. So we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin dominance, but first I do want to have a look and dissect this weekly time chart. So first of all, there's a few things we have to look at to essentially get a confirmation. One, we know historically that Bitcoin is making lower highs right here, which is a bullish pattern. Now we did see a nice little breakout right here, as you guys can see. Let me just clean the chart for you guys just to give you guys a little bit of an example. If I clear this and I clear that, we could see that this is a clear breakout on the weekly time frame. Now remember, we did have a fake out right here. We had two fake outs right here. We had another two weekly fake outs right here. And I'm not going to call this one a fake out, but we have a current fake out that could potentially be a fake out right here. Now remember, in 3 days and 5 hours, that's when the weekly candle ends. So we're gonna have to see what happens, then, and if we could have a proper closure above this level, because if we do, then we're most likely gonna see a bigger run to the upside. Another thing I do want to talk about, if we go back to this chart right here, we also, if we count the wicks, so a lot of people, it depends what they do. Some people will count the wicks and be like, okay, this is the wicks right here. We could see that the wicks are pretty much doing lower highs. So we could see we have a wick right here, we have a wicks right here. This is pretty much a downward trend, and we have another one right here. So of course you could play that too. I like to play both of them, and of course this is still in a lower high pattern. So obviously this pattern right now is still in a bearish pattern until, in my opinion, we close above $70,000. If we manage to close above $70,000, now remember, we still have this resistance right here that we need to break. So there's a lot of things that we need to break in order for Bitcoin to pretty much continue to the upside. So as of right now, that's what's happening on the weekly time frame. We're gonna have to see, but in my opinion, Bitcoin is looking pretty strong. It's looking pretty bullish for the next big move, maybe 80,000, maybe $100,000 very soon. Obviously this is a bull flag, so nothing too much to see over here. We keep on getting rejected at this level. We saw also a fake out to the downside right here. Moving on into the two-day time frame, guys, we know that this is a historic pattern. So you could see right here that Bitcoin is making higher lows and higher highs. Okay, so this is obviously bullish. We know the trend is to the upside. We could also see that the regular RSI, we did have a nice little crossover on the 2 days right here a few days ago, and that was obviously a very nice bullish pattern. So Bitcoin actually took it from $59,000 all the way up to $68,000, making it almost a $10,000 move ever since we had that nice little crossover. So obviously this is a pretty bullish sign right here. If we have a look right here on the 1 day, obviously we did break out of here, but we know historically, guys, every time we are overbought, we usually end up coming down. So if I actually zoom in, we could see right here that we were overbought right here. And I mean, right here we were overbought, and guess what happened? We did have a nice little correction. When we were overbought, we had a nice little correction right here, and now we're currently overbought. So we're gonna have to see if we're gonna have to have a correction right here or consolidate. Whichever one comes first will be pretty good. And moving on to the Bitcoin dominance, guys, obviously for the first time since 2021, Bitcoin on the monthly time frame is making all-time highs. Obviously we did break this nice little resistance right here, which I thought would actually get rejected. So Bitcoin is still active. It's still Bitcoin season. We could see Bitcoin going to as high as 71% on the dominance right now, right below 60%. It's going to be very interesting, sitting at 58.9. Altcoins right now, as you guys can see right here on the right side of my screen, they're pretty much bleeding. Obviously Bitcoin is down too, but altcoins overall are bleeding. So a lot of money is actually exiting altcoins. A lot of money is entering Bitcoin as a safe haven. We're gonna have to see what happens here. If you guys do like this video and you guys want to see my next video update, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, of course, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.